Hello, my name is Mark and welcome to I'm Organic Gardening, located in Zone 6B in the state of New Jersey, and welcome to the first week of springtime. We're finally here. It's time to get back out in the garden. I'm sure a lot of people are in the garden already in different zones, USDA zones, but today I want to share with something that is the best kept secret that is about any kind of fertilizer, whether it's organic or inorganic fertilizer, and fertilizer companies do not want you to know about this. This is something that is a proven fact. I will show a page out of a soil textbook, and there's several of them out there, and they all list the same things, all the minerals that are in our ground. This is something that these fertilizer companies don't want you to know about. And if you're new to our channel, I live on a 22-acre organic farm that I grow all kinds of vegetables on. And in front of me, I have my large backyard garden right out the back of my house here. And now it's in a couple raised beds. And we have all fall leaves covering the whole entire garden right now, except for a couple places. And we'll be going into that shortly in the next couple months. And I plant into those leaves into the soil below, real soil. And I have a fruit tree there too, and everything is looking great. So enjoy, and we'll be going over so many things this year in our organic garden. So this is real soil. This is the garden soil that I have right here. These are not weeds. These are actually herbs growing here in this real soil, and a lot of people consider these are weeds, and this is henbit, and there's chickweed in here and purple dead nettle. But what we're showing here, this is real soil. Now this was hard clay at one time, and I've mixed in organic matter over the years, grown lots of cover crops, and this is what you get. There's actually a weed seed grown there, but you can see how beautiful this soil is. Soil is a mixture of sand, silt, and clay. It's not potting mix. Potting mix is something different. That's not even soil. They should call it potting mix. But here we have a mixture of sand, silt, and clay and organic matter here. Now, you can have all different types of percentages in this soil, but this is what we're talking about. This is filled with minerals that I have never added. It's already in the soil. So let's go inside where it's less windy, and I will show you how beautiful this chart is to explain to you about the minerals that are in our soil. So here we have an amazing copy out of a textbook, and this is the textbook, and this is minerals in the soil. Now this is taken from different locations all over the world, and this is in our sand, silt, and clay. Now this is what they don't want you to know about, the fertilizer companies, but you have all these elements and minerals in your soil: aluminum, iron, carbon, calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, magnesium, zinc, molybdenum, nickel, copper, nitrogen, and phosphorus. So you have N, P, and K in your minerals in your soil already. Now the secret is to remove them from that binding material of your sand, silt, and clay, and that's done with soil biology. Now, don't be scared of soil biology, that word. It is simple to understand, and I'm going to show you how simple it is with a couple examples here. And once you see it, you'll be like, wow, this is so simple. Why am I buying these other products? And the only reason you should buy those other products if you're using a potting mix, and that's usually just peat moss and vermiculite or perlite that's in your containers. If you're filling up your garden with that kind of stuff, just use your own native soil as an amendment to that potting mixture. It's not soil. It is just organic matter. It's peat moss, and there's nothing in there. There's no nutrient content in that, and that's why you have to add other things to it. So here I have some of the soil biology you need in your soil. It is truly amazing how this is going to be understood by so many people. And if you see other gardening channels that are talking more and more about biology in the soil, I am so proud of them. I've been doing this probably for over 8 years now, or up to 10 years now on YouTube, showing how beautiful this is. And it just takes a while because we've been educated in different ways that we have to add things back into our soil. We don't have to add all those minerals back because we have them in our sand, silt, and clay, but they're locked in there. These here are the group that extracts them from our sand, silt, and clay, our bacteria and fungi. They use enzymes and acid to go and attack that sand, silt, and clay and remove those minerals out of that sand, silt, and clay to make them available to their plants. They don't go exactly right to the plant right away. The bacteria and fungi digest this, and they eat so much of it that it is almost toxic to them. So they need to be eaten by predators, and which is this group here, your protozoa and your nematodes. Now this group eats this group, and when this group here eats it, they can't take in all those nutrients, so they release it into the soil now. So all those minerals are available to our plants because after these two groups, your protozoa and your nematodes eat those things, they poop it out, they excrete it, and now it's plant available nutrients right to your plant. And that's what the let's say the fertilizer companies don't want you to know, is because this is such a simple process, and this has been going on for millions of years on our planet, because fertilizing is only, let's say, been used on this planet for the last maybe 50 or 60 years. Prior to that, nature always took care of this. Now, why do we need fertilizers in someplace else too? Because we don't have soil biology anymore, and it's gone. It's dead in the soil, and I will show you how to bring it back in your soil, because this beautiful planet is covered with all of this, working all of the time to get it back to your garden. We just have to get it back to your garden so your plants bring in. Now, the best thing about this, that any fertilizer company can't even get to it, is all those things that are in our soil, the fertilizer company can't bring that to your home in those ingredients. Even if it's micronutrients and NPK, we need so much more. There's boron in there, in our soil. There's actually arsenic in our soil, and it's just a low amount. And plants need arsenic. They take it up. And only plant roots take up what they need. The plant sends signals to the ground, and the ground receives that signal through this mentioned here, and then they break down those minerals into nutrients and send it to the plant. Again, this is so simple to understand, and people are just avoiding it because they just want to take a bag of potting mix and take something else and add it to it and add your plant, and then it should all be done and growing for years and years. But that's not the case. You want nutrient dense food, and that's the only way to get it, is to use real soil, your sand, silt, and clay. I really want to thank you very much for watching today's video. And again, I hope this interests you to go forward and look into this. Now, you can write me with any question, even if you think it's the most beginning novice question in the world. It doesn't matter. It matters more to me that you have a knowledge of this, because this is a perfect time to get all this going inside your mind, because it doesn't cost a single thing. It's free. And the best thing about this is that you do not have to purchase a lot of other things, and this is the perfect year to try to save money in our current situation. So write a comment below. I will answer every single one of them. I will try my best to give you, let's say, a very basic answer, and if you need more, write back again. There's no problem in researching this and else too. It's all facts of how nature is doing it. And I've been doing this on my farm. I've not used chemical fertilizers. I've not used organic fertilizers. I use cover crops to feed the soil and to maintain the soil. But also, it's very important to know that this has been working for me for at least the last 10 years for me on my farm. So I thank you again, and please let me hear from you, and give it a thumbs up, because I just started this video again, and I wish to make it available, and we got to get that algorithm working, and so hit that like button for me. Thanks, and have a beautiful day, and happy gardening, and happy springtime. Yes.